Prodigy and like Illuminati, a guy running up on the Illuminati and saying, "You better not put out this video." You know,
somebody was ran up on
him. Yeah, and he had the people had a mask.
People that's putting the truth out there to the world, and the FBI and the CIA have these covert operations where they stop them, they kill them, they assassinate them, or they assassinate their character.
A lot of people, when they look at Prodigy's death, right? There's a lot of conspiracy theories that floats around that death. People actually say that it was an eggshell.
NORE and Havoc just sat down and started talking, and what they brought up has people looking sideways because it touches on something that still doesn't sit right with a whole lot of folks. They mentioned Prodigy, yeah, that Prodigy from Mobb Deep, and his mysterious sudden death, but more importantly, they were circling around the real reason he might have been taken out, the secrets he was about to blow wide open. See, Prodigy wasn't just a rapper, he was a truth teller. In the last years of his life, he wasn't shy about calling out the Illuminati, hidden power players, and the secret agendas being pushed through the music industry. He said hip-hop was being weaponized, used to influence minds, twist the culture, and serve the people behind the curtain. He talked about all of this publicly, on interviews, in his book, and in private notes he never stopped writing. He was stacking receipts, but then, out of nowhere, he's dead.
That was formed like in the 1700s, something like that, 1600s. This dude named Adam Weishaupt. He started this group of people, like powerful, rich people that basically could shape popular opinion and the way, the world is gonna move forward.
The official story, they claim he choked on an egg while in the hospital. That's what they wrote down. But let's be real, something about that sounds off, especially when you know he was right in the middle of creating a musical about secret societies, while still keeping a handwritten diary full of names and info he planned to reveal. This wasn't random. He was building up to something major. Now, with this recent convo between NORE and Havoc, folks are listening close, not just to what they say, but to what they're clearly holding back.
I'm sorry to start with you with such a harsh question, but a lot of people, when they look at Prodigy's death, right? There's a lot of conspiracy theories that floats around that death. People actually say that it was an eggshell. Obviously, when I want to interview anybody, I Google everything, and people are saying, and then there's this video, and you tell me if this is real or not, I don't know. A Prodigy and like Illuminati, a guy running up on the Illuminati and saying, "You better not put out this video." You know,
somebody was ran up on
him. Yeah, and he had the people had a mask on. Did you ever see this video?
Nah, it was a real video.
It was I don't know if it's a real video.
Up on him?
Yeah, they ran up on him and they was like, you better not put this video out. Whatever video that.
The vibe, straight up tension. It's like they know way more than they're letting on, but there's a wall they don't want to break. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's pressure. You can hear it in their tone. They're dodging landmines with every word. So the questions are louder than ever. What did Prodigy uncover? What was in that last diary entry? And who's powerful enough to keep NORE and Havoc from speaking the full truth? Even now, a clip from Havoc's old interview on Drink Champs just popped back up, and now the streets are buzzing all over again. In it, NORE brings up the rumors swirling around Prodigy's death, asking Havoc straight up how he feels about people saying Prodigy didn't just choke on an egg, and that something shady might have gone down. But the way NORE asked it, you could see it all over his face. Dude looked tense. He was tiptoeing, choosing every word super carefully, like he was scared to say the wrong thing on camera. And Havoc's reaction? Man, that said even more than his words. He didn't answer head on. Instead, he slid off the topic, like he was dodging something heavy. Then NORE threw the big one out there, the Illuminati. And just like that, Havoc hit the brakes and played dumb, like he had no clue what NORE was even talking about. Come on now. You mean to tell me Havoc, who was in the trenches with Prodigy for decades, suddenly doesn't know what Illuminati talk is about? After that, Havoc told NORE he's 50-50 on all the conspiracy talk surrounding Prodigy's death. But then he said something real telling. He made it clear that this kind of convo should only happen behind closed doors, private, off the record, and just like that, he shut it down and refused to say more. It felt off, and that moment right there is what's got people digging all over again. Because when two legends who were that close to Prodigy get all nervous and start dodging the most suspicious part of his death, that means something.
Had been an ally more than an enemy, you know what I mean?
But can I keep it real with you and say, what was it? P poking at him? Because
P was poking at him.
I felt like P was poking at him.
He was poking at him, but you know what I'm saying? That was P.
Let's break down exactly what Prodigy was calling out before his strange and sudden death, because he wasn't just making noise. He was laying down warnings, and he'd been doing it for years. Prodigy wasn't riding no wave or chasing clout. He was one of the first voices in hip-hop to seriously speak on the Illuminati and hidden power moves behind the scenes. He started dropping hints as far back as the 90s. In fact, his first real shout-out came in 1995 on the I Shot Ya remix with LL Cool J. He spit, "Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incog in places they can't find me. I make my moves strategically. The God." He wasn't just rhyming, he was warning. Calling himself a chess player, he said he used his brain and always stayed ahead of the game. That one verse sent shockwaves. It sparked years of whispers, rumors, and theories in the culture, and unlike a lot of folks who backtrack or stay quiet, Prodigy never backed off. He leaned in deeper. In 2008, he dropped the track Illuminati, and this time, he didn't hold back at all. No metaphors, no codes, he was spelling it out. He rapped, "This is not a theory. The conspiracy is real. They want to put me in a straitjacket in a padded room and tell the world there's 12 monkeys so they can be confused." That right there, that was bold. He was saying the whole system was trying to silence him, paint him as crazy and cover up the truth.
They're doing to the kids with the immunization shots. They have major programs, immunization programs, where they're poisoning us, you know? They're infecting us with stuff on purpose, and it's called population control. They have these programs they do in Africa. They immunize the whole village. They'll give them shots, and it's poison. They're killing them. They're giving them disease. They're filling them up with mercury.
Okay. Immunizations. What else?
There's a whole bunch of other, like, you know, freedom fighters and just have these covert operations where they stop them, they kill them, they assassinate them, or they assassinate their character.
And even with all that pressure, he didn't fold. He kept the same energy right up until the very end. His last album, Hegelian Dialectic, The Book of Revelation, dropped on January 20th, 2017, exactly 5 months before he died. And that project, it was deep. He went all in on secret societies, government control, social manipulation, and how everyday people are being played by forces hiding in the shadows. By that point, Prodigy wasn't speaking in riddles anymore. He was dropping names, pulling the mask off hidden systems, and daring to expose the real power structure. But here's where it really starts getting wild. Prodigy didn't just talk about the Illuminati in the abstract. He started naming names. He was calling out big figures in the music game, people he believed knew the truth but stayed quiet just to hold on to their fame, fortune, and connections. And one of the main names he pointed the finger at, Jay-Z. While Prodigy was locked up, he wrote a letter that straight up shook people. In it, he described a moment of awakening, a realization that the entire system is built on lies. Not just the music industry, but everything. He wrote, the government, religion, politics, the Federal Reserve, IRS, everything we believe and live by is a joke. He was done sugarcoating it. But the part that really caught attention when he brought up Jay-Z.
It means like the illuminated ones. Light is like information. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you see the light now. I found out the origin of the information there.
Prodigy claimed Jay wasn't blind to any of this. He knew exactly how the game was being played. But instead of fighting it, Prodigy said Jay made a pact to keep quiet. He wrote that Jay-Z chose sides with evil just to be accepted in corporate spaces and gain power, fame, and protection. Prodigy went even further, accusing Jay of hiding the truth from the black community and the rest of the world while using his platform to promote a lifestyle that serves the beast. That's serious talk, but Prodigy wasn't backing down. He promised to keep going after the Illuminati, Jay-Z, and any force tied to darkness until, in his own words, my lights are put out.
Mysteriously choked on an egg. Maybe the first person in human history to have choked on an egg in some capacity after speaking out about the Illuminati.
And he wasn't scared one bit. He said, I fear nothing and no one. I'm fearless because the truth has set me free from the Illuminati mental enslavement. I've been empowered by God and the universe. He was on a mission. He believed he was being guided and protected while exposing some of the darkest secrets out there. So with everything Prodigy was revealing, government lies, secret societies, hidden agendas, and calling out one of the biggest names in hip hop, it's no surprise people started seriously questioning his death. Like, was it really just an accident? Yes, Prodigy had battled sickle cell his entire life. And when the news broke on June 20th, 2017, that he'd passed away in the hospital, most assumed it was tied to that. But when you stack up all the pieces, the timing, the diary, the musical, the warnings, the targets, something just doesn't add up. But then came the twist that made everything even more suspicious. The coroner's report. Turns out, Prodigy's death had nothing to do with sickle cell. That's right. According to the official file, he passed away after accidentally choking on a boiled egg while in the hospital. A boiled egg! That's what they expect people to believe? Of course, most of Prodigy's fans never fully accepted that version. From day one, folks have believed he didn't just die. He was silenced for exposing way too much and getting dangerously close to hidden truths. And it's not just fans raising their eyebrows. Some of Prodigy's peers in the industry have been bold enough to question it too. Most recently, Kanye brought it up during an interview with Candace Owens. He mentioned Prodigy and hinted that what happened to him wasn't as simple as people think. But guess what? That interview vanished almost instantly. YouTube yanked the video off the platform and suspended Candace's channel for a whole week. Just like that, gone. But it gets even darker.
Now, like I talked to Noriega this morning, he was like, okay, I realized this. I realized that I really don't feel Prodigy died from choking on that.
After the ban, Candace came back and talked about the whole thing on her show. She even pulled up an old interview Prodigy did with Alex Jones. Yeah, that Alex Jones, where Prodigy talked about some real disturbing rituals that are allegedly happening inside elite circles. We're talking about stuff that sounds straight out of a thriller movie, except he said it with full confidence, like he knew. And if you scroll back through Prodigy's old tweets, it's all there. He was constantly sharing links to articles, dropping knowledge, and telling people to start researching for themselves. One example, from way back in 2014, he posted a link to a story about the UN warning the UK over reports of alleged voodoo rituals connected to PDF file tourists. That tweet didn't just come out of nowhere. He was trying to point people in a direction most never dare to look. So when you put all that together, the official egg story, the deleted clips, the buried interviews, and the years of warnings, it makes a lot of people wonder, was Prodigy really just another hospital casualty, or was he taken out for telling too much? In one of his most chilling posts, Prodigy dropped a caption that straight up shook people. He wrote, I told y'all they doing X rituals on kids. Dumb people need to wake the F up. That wasn't just a throwaway post, he meant every word. Prodigy wasn't playing games when it came to calling out the Illuminati. This wasn't that basic sell your soul for fame type talk. He was digging way deeper, trying to expose something darker, something most people wouldn't even want to believe. He was convinced, fully, that the people pulling the strings weren't just running the music biz. Nah, he believed they were controlling everything. He talked about ritual abuse, psychological manipulation, and the use of fear to keep the masses in check. This was global domination level stuff, and he was trying to blow the lid off it. So now it's your turn. What do you really think went down? Did Prodigy know too much? Was his death a tragic accident? Or a message to anyone else thinking of speaking up? And what about NORE and Havoc? Do you think they're holding back info out of fear, or were they just trying to protect their peace? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what y'all think. Smash that like button if you learned something new. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any of these deep dives. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you're first in line when we drop the next one. Thanks for rocking with me, and I'll catch you in the next video.